So going back to our contention one, our opponent argues that that funding Planned Parenthood is the way to go. Our contention is defunding Planned Parenthood wouldn't be solving any issues. Subpoint A, defunding Planned Parenthood would only increase abortions. Ruth Marcus at the Washington Post, July 31st, 2015. Defunding Planned Parenthood would inevitably result in more unplanned pregnancies and therefore more abortions, not fewer. In fact, if you really want to reduce the number of abortions, you should be lobbying to increase funding for Planned Parenthood and other organizations that provide birth control. Subpoint B, defunding will only increase unintended pregnancies. Joseph Potter, University of Texas demographer, Washington Post, July 31st, 2015. You're removing contraception with this defunding, and if you remove contraception, you get unintended pregnancies, which means more abortion. Contention 2, our contention is defunding Planned Parenthood caused harm in other states. Our opponent is arguing that just because it happens in other states doesn't mean it will happen in Texas. Studies show that states with Planned Parenthood have fewer teen births and STDs. Miranda Yaver, lecturer at Yale University, Washington Post, March 27th. Reduced clinic access is associated with higher rates of teen birth. More clinic per capita are associated with fewer teens having children. I find an even stronger relationship between clinic prevalence and STD diagnoses. Subpoint B. The states that have taken away Planned Parenthood are causing women to revert back to back alley abortions. Laura Bassett, senior politics reporter, The Huffington Post, April 3rd, 2014. Researchers and women's health advocates say women today are resorting to many of the same dangerous methods they relied on in the pre-Roe era, seeking out illegal abortion providers. This is inherent because other states that have Planned Parenthood, their women are healthier and safer. In our contention 3, we need Planned Parenthood to reduce abortion rates. Planned Parenthood lowers abortion rates and provides reproductive health care. Our opponent argues that the Texas Healthy Women program is better than Planned Parenthood, except you have to apply to that, and not everyone can get into that program. Planned Parenthood welcomes everyone. Subpoint A, more than half of the pregnancy in the U.S. are unintended. Planned Parenthood helps lower that. Michael Spector, staff writer at The New Yorker, August 20th, 2015. Roughly half of the more than 6 million pregnancies in the United States each year are unintended, and many of them are young mothers. According to the Guttmacher Institute, the rate of unintended pregnancies among sexually active teens is double that of all women. If only we could find an organization that educates young women and boys about the dangers of early and unwanted pregnancies, a group that distributes contraceptives but also stresses the fact that sexual abstinence is safe, free, and when used continuously always prevents pregnancy. We have that program. It's called Planned Parenthood. Subpoint B, Planned Parenthood's main point is not just abortion, it's avoiding unwanted pregnancies. Michael Spector, staff writer at The New Yorker, August 20th, 2015. Yes, Planned Parenthood offers abortions, which are legal in the United States. Nonetheless, according to Planned Parenthood, just 3% of its services involve abortions. The vast majority of those services are devoted to the organization's more central goal, helping people avoid unwanted pregnancies altogether. Subpoint C, Planned Parenthood provides a list of services that aren't abortion. This comes straight from the Planned Parenthood website. Planned Parenthood helps with the following: abortion, birth control, cancer, emergency contraception, health and wellness, pregnancy, sex and relationships, sexual orientation and gender, and sexually transmitted diseases. Please vote affirmative. I now stand open for cross-examination.
Okay, Lexi, your first contention where you say that defunding doesn't solve anything, you use evidence from the Washington Post. Could you read that for me?
Defunding Planned Parenthood would inevitably result in more unplanned pregnancies and therefore more abortions, not fewer. In fact, if you really want to reduce the number of abortions, you should be lobbying to increase funding for Planned Parenthood and other organizations that provide birth control.
First of all, this was posted in 2015. Do you think that there could have been better, more recent evidence?
Yes.
And also you say that there should be increased funding to Planned Parenthood, a nonprofit, already, correct?
Yes.
So can it get funding from somewhere other than the government, say charities and such?
Yes.
Okay, your second contention was from a professor at Yale University. Do you know what the professor taught or was interested in?
It just said she was a lecturer.
So she wasn't even a professor?
No.
Okay. And do you have any statistics that support your evidence for contention 2?
No.
And it was provided by, your second sub B for contention 2 was provided by the Huffington Post, correct?
Yes.
That is a leftist.
Questions, no arguments.
Is that a leftist website?
Yes.
Oh,
Your contention 3, it says that there are unwanted teen pregnancies are double for all women. Do you have any statistics of how many pregnancies there are?
No.
And you say in that same argument that there is education provided by Planned Parenthood about safe sex. Do you think there are any other ways that education could be provided as well?
time. All right, so now we're